back to the Gran Turismo Online League. It's time for the 30 minutes of Brands Hatch. That's right, we're back for the GTO Touring Series. It's race 9 out of 10, the last race before the championship. And as always, I am joined here in the booth by Rashad Metz. Rashad Metz, how are you doing today?
I am doing great today, Miles. I'm super excited to see how these drivers handle this new track, this Indy Circus short track style road course. So I'm super excited how these drivers take on to it today.
It's a very challenging track, actually. You may not think it's that challenging just by looking at it, but you can look at the weird slopes on the front straightaway. It's weirdly angled. There's slopes in almost every single turn. Got a lot of sharp hairpins. It's very easy to overdrive this track. So how do you think drivers are going to adjust to learn this new track as the race goes on?
It's going to be about precision and consistency. You got to master those braking zones every single time. You have to hit the corners at the right angle every single time. Don't want to use too much because if you put too much in, you're going to get in the grass. If you put too little in, you're going to lose a lot of time. So I really feel like with the lack of runoff room on this track, it's going to be key that you are very precise with every move that you make and try to be as accurate as you possibly can.
Now, this is race 9 out of 10. That means this is the last one before the championship race at Blue Moon Bay Speedway. And only 15 points separate these two drivers you see on your screen now. Rashad Metz has a 15-point lead over Trevor Levine. You know Trevor Levine's going to be pushing hard to gain some more points here today. How hard do you think those drivers are going to be battling? Do you think they're just going to be battling each other or still going out there for the win?
Well, right now I feel like they're going to be battling each other. Trevor Levine mainly on his head. He wants to try to finish ahead of Rashad. I feel like that's goal number one. Goal number two is also winning the race. So I really feel like as long as he can finish ahead of Rashad, right now he has a great starting position. So I feel like as long as he stay ahead of Rashad this race, he will 100% gain those points that he needs. But at the same time, Rashad is not a driver to sleep on. He's not a driver that's just going to ride around behind somebody. He knows he has an objective. His objective is to win this race and also finish ahead of Trevor Levine. So I really feel like he's not going to be a guy to just sit back and wait. He's going to go for it, lap after lap, put a lot of pressure on Trevor, see if he's going to make a lot of mistakes. He's going to keep putting his foot down, pedal to the metal, and he's going to try to go for that win today.
What a great race we're going to have here today on this brand new circuit to the schedule. One of our last races of the season, but let's not waste no more time. Let's get down to the Mets painting grid walk. Shad, you here to kick us off?
Starting in on the pole today, we have the number 95 Lexus of Trevor Levine. It's pretty good. He's been getting a lot of poles this season. Right now, this is exactly what he wants to start in the front ahead of Rashad Metz this race. So I feel like this is a good way to get those extra points, or a good way to start off this race in order to get those extra points to gain the position that he needs. So right now, I am really looking forward to seeing what he can do this race.
Rolling off P2 is Rashad Metz, your current points leader. Rashad Metz had an excellent week last week, and he swept both races in our doubleheader. He won the Nürburgring one-lap shootout and the 30 minutes of Miyabi. So he's got a lot of points in the bank, got a 15-point cushion right now. He's hoping to grow that cushion here today. Had a pretty good qualifying effort, hoping that he can get around that 95 car to go chase that win.
Rolling off third place, we have Javen Tucker in the Peugeot today. So right now he's one of those drivers. He knows he's not in contention for the championship, but he wants to go for a win. He's ever since he switched cars, he has a lot of speed in that number 99. So I'm looking forward to seeing him lead some more laps as he did last week. So everybody's going to keep their eyes on Javen Tucker today. Did I say Javen Levine?
No, Javen Tucker. Anyway, rolling off right behind him, Miles Johnson, the number 06 car. Miles Johnson hasn't been the best road course racer. He's worked on a little bit, came close to winning last week at Miyabi, ended up making some contact in an unfortunate series of events. But anyways, he's looking to bounce back here this week. He's unfortunately out of the points battle for the championship in this series, but he's looking for a good run here today, trying to learn some stuff, and one of his last races on GT Sport before the league switches over to GT7. So let's see how he can do here today.
Rolling up next, we have the 42 of Nick Collier in that Batman Corvette. He's been showing a lot of speed as of recently, ever since he switched cars, but right now he didn't have the best qualifying effort that he would have asked for. He's been having a lot. This track has been really tricky for him to handle and to get a handle on. So I really feel like he's going to be somebody to watch this race, but at the same time, not what he wanted. But I feel like he might be able to figure it out during this race. He might be able to drive his way towards the front. But track position is really important this race. So
And rolling off P last is Pagan-X in the number 74, Z4. Pagan-X has been decently fast throughout the year, been mostly a part-time driver, but he's looking to learn what he can here tonight. Hasn't had the road course success that he wanted. He's mainly an oval racer and hasn't had the wins to show it at the oval tracks, but he's been a very consistent race car driver there. So he's looking to learn what he can on this road course, try to run up front, and hopefully get a podium or even a win. And that's it for Mets Painting Grid Walk. We got a field packed full of talent ready to go here for the 30 minutes of Brands Hatch. So let's waste no time, get this thing underway. It's going to be a lot of laps. 30 minutes is a lot of time to get around this place. But here we go. The lights are about to go out. And the lights are out. We're racing at Brands Hatch.
Starts to be really important for Trevor Levine to beat Rashad into turn one, but he doesn't have to wheel spin.
Spun the tire.
Good start for Rashad. Is exactly where he wants to be. Out
Ooh,
front.
already got a car off the track. Javen Tucker.
In the clean air, so basically we got to see how these drivers are going to take to this track. Rashad's in that clean air, so we don't know how strong the dirty air is going to be this race. It might be a huge factor in how close you can follow and how easy it is to pass.
It's very easy. Where are the good passing zones here on this track? There's not that many of them.
I would say the final corner and the hairpin at the top of the hill. I feel like those are two places that you would like to pass. Not easy places because you have to try to stay tucked up close enough to make the move. Turn one is a place you can get an opportunity to pass, but the driver in front has to make a mistake like Rashad.
Oh, here goes Trevor Levine.
Went wide there, but Rashad cuts off the inside, goes defensive. Trevor Levine tries to hang it around the outside, has really good handling. Rashad cuts him off again.
Little blocking action there. This is almost a short track mixed with the road course, kind of like what we saw at Miyabi, but this is a lot more difficult than Miyabi was. About half as wide as Miyabi. A lot more turns and a lot more hills. It's getting a little bit of bumper there.
On lap 2.
But we still got a very long way to go. Only about a minute and a half in this thing. 30 minutes is a long time to race at this track. It's over 30 laps depending on how many cautions we have.
30 minutes on your marks, hitting your marks every single lap. So there's going to be a lot of laps this race, and you have to be perfect in every corner in order to be fast here. So, Trevor Levine with a huge slide off the exit out of the hairpin.
Oh, side by side now. Will Tucker be able to clear him? I think he does. Tucker is definitely one that you need to keep your eye on. He's been very consistent in the series, but he doesn't have the wins to back it up. He's been a very good driver. He only has one win that came in the BB Raceway 50 last season, the first 3 of the Touring Series. Been running up front in the road course, has been getting a lot of podiums. Still searching for that first road course win, though.
The DD is, see Trevor Levine got back in front of him into turn 1. They don't want to battle too hard because they don't want the leader, Rashad Mess, to pull away. You see a lot of drivers a lot of single file action this race. You're not going to see a lot of side-by-side action, especially early on. A lot more technical. You have to be a lot more precise because if you don't hit those marks perfectly, if you're side-by-side, you're going to lose a lot of time to the car in front of you. So you have to make those moves at the perfect time in order to be able to be successful here.
Metz is loving the battle behind him, wishing they battled a little bit more so he could gain a little bit better lead. But he's showing off that speed in that 24 car so far.
That Blue Metz paint machine has been a force to be reckoned with this season. Right now with five wins across the series this season. It's incredible from him so far.
He's the best driver right now in the league, and he's up there showing it week in and week out. But it looks like Trevor Levine's going to want to challenge him here.
Trevor Levine's trying to dime the corner a little bit. It looks like he's trying to get a run down the straightaway, which seems to work because he's on the bumper, Rashad. But Rashad going to handle it. He's going to let him have the line.
Side by side in turn 1. Ooh, he completes the pass.
Tries to go for the crossover. Still on his inside after the crossover, gets on the brakes.
Side by side through the hairpin. Inches from each other. Still side by side for the lead. Vine has the best line through the corner.
Rashad clears him using the runoff.
Well, what a race between these two. Two
All on
champions.
those curves.
Two drivers battling for the championship. But it's really interesting to watch these drivers. Got a driver off the track back here in the back. Let's see what happened here.
Nick Collier.
He's been struggling, I know, with that last turn a lot throughout the weekend. Yeah, just overcooked it a little bit in there. Unfortunate. One of the drivers.
Right.
He's battling for the Rookie of the Year for the Touring and the Weekly Series. So as long as he finishes ahead of the other rookies in the points, then he should win both the Rookie Series awards, actually.
It's really hard for him to, it's really hard. That final quarter is really difficult because you have to try to go right through that chicane and brake as soon as you get on the exit of it and try to straight line brake at that. So it's very, very difficult to get it right.
This is a very technical track, but it's always very cool for me to watch other drivers. Oh, I believe we had some mishap happen there in the back.
Miles Johnson.
Oh, way off the track.
Overcooks turn one.
Oh, yeah, we're into the sand. It's a very easy thing to do here. He's going to get it back going, though. But what I was saying was it's very cool for me to, or for everyone to watch. Just, you think this is a one groove racetrack, but you see drivers trying every single inch. They're trying to get every bit of time they can out of this racetrack. You see Trevor Levine diamonding the corners. You see drivers entering high and exiting low. You see your normal racing lines, arch in, arch out. It's just a lot of different things these drivers are trying, and it's very interesting how all these things will combine to create some great racing.
Indeed it does. It's great to see these drivers battling head-to-head for this championship in first and second place is what we love to see each weekend.
Oh, we got
Nick
Collier's off the track again. Turn one. Gonna cruise back out through the sand.
Side by side with Rashad going into the... That's a tricky place to try to pass, but Rashad gets right in front of him again. Trevor Levine is doing everything he can to get ahead of Rashad Metz.
And these two battling, it's bringing the 99 of Tucker back up to the two leaders. So this could become a 3-car battle for the lead soon enough, and Paganex is within striking distance as well.
Really cranking that steering wheel. Trevor Levine got loose on exit.
See if Tucker try to get past. Ooh, he gets a little loose there.
Incredible speed being shown by that top three.
Really fast.
I think dirty air might be an issue this race. You see drivers are really struggling to really follow tightly throughout the faster corners.
Which something here, that's been something we've been fighting all season here at the GTO League. Dirty air, especially with this package, the package we're running on these cars. We've been trying different things each race just to create better racing for the fans and better racing, more fun racing for these drivers. Just something to get rid of that dirty air that has plagued these cars throughout the season.
That's very true. So the dirty air may pose a big issue when sucking up to the back or following these drivers through the corners, but I feel like these drivers are going to find a way to overcome it and stay close to each other and stay fast. But Trevor Levine is all on the bumper of Rashad Metz here.
Go on board with Trevor Levine. Come back from Metz now. Metz gets loose.
Went wide.
It's
Felt
a
the pressure from Trevor Levine.
very easy turn to mess up.
I think Trevor Levine might be able to lead some laps here because that dirty air is a huge, huge pain. So I don't know. Rashad hadn't felt the dirty air today, so I don't know how he's gonna have to take the time to adjust to it and be able to learn how to race in it if he wants to be able to pass Trevor Levine again.
Ooh, Tucker's way off the track. Hard into the wall. Spins it around again. I think that's going to bring out our first caution of the day. Let's see what happened here.
Got loose in the grass.
Clipped the rumble strips a little wrong there. Of course, you want to use them to help them just turn your car, but they turned your car a little bit too much there for Tucker. And the mid-engine cars, they're very easy to get loose over the rumble strips. Levine is your leader.
We're staying green here.
Johnson's up to the
goes to the inside. Pat.
I believe we're under caution. We're about to be. About 10 minutes into this race. Got about 20 minutes remaining as Johnson goes off the track.
Super excited to get into the caution formation. Give him a breath of life.
This is the first time we've seen Johnson on the podium all day, but look at Peganex. He's been in touch at the top 5 all day.
Yeah, it's great showing by Peganex here. He tends to have really, really good runs each and every week that he races. Just bad luck tends to strike him each and every week. So hopefully his luck will turn around.
Yeah, he's got a lot of talent in that young race car driver. He just hasn't had the luck on his side, been up front, but he's got his first one coming soon.
It's going to be a really tricky restart. You really want to push, but you don't want to push too hard because the driver in front of you might miss the corner and cause a huge, massive wreck.
And we're back to the green flag racing. Oh, into the grass. Oh, Tucker comes back across the track. Takes out Johnson and Levine.
Wow,
Big wreck in one.
We was just talking about it. It was going to be a real tricky restart to navigate. I think
let's look at it through the helmet camera of Johnson. He was in the middle of it.
DJ Tucker got a little excited on the restart. Got way better of a restart than he wanted. He thought he was going to get and decided to go for the move. He saw the space and he went for the space.
Gets in the grass.
The grass came across and took both drivers out after that. Oh my God!
This is going to be a fun one to watch from.
David Tucker saw the hole he went for. He got a little too much grass. Came back across the track. Cleans out Trevor Levine and Miles Johnson.
Peganex now up to second through that.
Rashad managed to get through unscathed. Just try to correct it and overcorrect it.
Yeah, it's again a very difficult corner. You don't want to go double file, let alone 3 wide through that turn. So a massive wreck here. That's definitely going to bring out another caution. Cautions bring cautions. You know what they say. And it's proven itself here so far at Brands Hatch.
But look at that podium as of right now. Rashad Metz in front, Peganex in second, and Nick Collier in third. This is not what Trevor Levine wants to see. We've been noticing this race that dirty air is really hard to navigate. Trevor Levine does not want to finish in 4th place because that's a lot of points that he's going to lose on the leader of Rashad Metz. So this restart and the rest of this race is going to be really, really important for Trevor Levine in order to stay in contention and in the hunt for this championship.
Yeah, Nick Collier's on the podium for the first time so far this race. So let's see if we're able to make something out of it. You got two Mets painting, or Mets Motorsports cars lined up on the right side lane. So the two teammates are most likely going to give a good shove to each other.
Hopefully it goes well, but we know that rookie, he might make a rookie mistake and over-push Rashad in the corner. But we don't know because it's been happening. A lot of drivers, this restarts are tricky, so
As
if
the
we
green
restart right
flag
now,
is
let's see
back.
how it goes.
See if Peg will be able to get a good start. Ooh, little contact there.
Rashad stays alongside. Peg makes the outside lane work. The only driver to make that outside lane work and won.
He's going to tuck back in third, though. Try to cut back, and a lot of tire smoke in the back. A little battling. As we got a battle here for the lead.
Trevor is on his bumper.
I think Trevor Levine's the only one that uses that line and turn in the last turn where he kind of goes out wide, almost diamonds the turn to get a better run down the straightaway. It really shows he can get a really good run on Mets in that last turn.
Here's where he's finding that speed down the front straightaway, but he has to hit it right if he wants it to work. Rashad's real good. He's real good at being defensive, real good all-around driver. So right now, Rashad's goal is to keep Trevor Levine behind him at all costs because he knows how difficult it is to pass in that dirty air.
So battling hard back
racing
here. And there a lot of battles going out throughout the field. Ooh, a little shove there by Mets. Almost got side by side.
Cuts back and gets a nice run down the straightaway. Gets on the gas nicely.
Oh, what happened to Collar and Johnson involved? Let's see what happened here. Oh, he got...
They both overdrove it.
May have been some contact with Javen Tucker there.
Oh, might have been because Javen Tucker seemed to be sideways.
Let's look here through the in-car camera of Javen Tucker.
Yep.
A little nudge there, and Johnson overdrove it as well. I guess trying to get around, and unfortunately made some contact.
All overcooked it.
I think that's gonna bring out our third caution already. And I think the past 5 minutes of the race, we've had a ton of cautions so far.
17 laps in so far. This is, you said cautions do breed cautions.
We're halfway through the race, according to the timer. When do you think it's going to be go time for these race car drivers? We've seen a lot of aggression so far in this race, but when do you think they're really going to start battling hard for the win?
You're going to start trying to make that move 5 to 7 minutes left in the race because it's so hard to navigate that dirty air that you're going to need a lot of time to work over the car in front of you. So and that's just for like 1 to 2 positions. I can't even imagine how hard it is for somebody in the back to try to gain enough spots and enough time to get to the front.
Which, after 5 minutes to go, there will be no more cautions. So you're probably going to see a lot more aggression after that, but then a lot more cautiousness by the drivers because they don't want to wreck and not have a caution to bunch the field back together.
It's very true. These cautions are very important, but also you want to, I guess if you want to make a mistake, just take somebody else with you and you'll get the caution brought out. But if you go into the corner, Trevor Levine tries to go on the outside. 3 wide,
Paganic goes to the lead. Ned's trying to go to the inside. He's there. No, little nudge there. Here comes Tucker as well.
Trevor Levine's there too. 3 wide for a second. Navigates it through the grass. Trevor
Levine's in the grass.
You see how hard he's racing.
I feel bad for whoever has to cut the grass here today at Brands Hatch. They got their work cut out for them, most definitely after this race.
Oh, 100%. It's gonna be all uneven and have tire marks in it. Hopefully it doesn't get wet and the tires of the lawnmower get stuck.
Nose to tail for the lead yet again.
It's a beautiful day in the UK today. for the host a beautiful race at such a beautiful racing facility, such as Brands Hatch.
This is the first time that Brands Hatch.
Chicken Tucker's out wide.
This is the first time that Brands Hatch has ever hosted a GTO race, and the first time that the United Kingdom has ever hosted a GTO race. Which is, many believe that this will be a one-off race on the schedule, depending on how the race goes here today. As majority, per release of the GTO officials, the majority of the road courses next season will be brand new, except for, of course, Spa, Sarth, and a couple other ones. But almost all the road courses are going to be brand new, so we're going to have a ton of new tracks on a new game. So it's going to be a lot of stuff for these drivers to adapt to for the come season. Whoa! Johnson goes off the track. Paganex is way off too. Let's see what happened here. I think Paganex just.
Johnson. Oh, it gets loose on the curbs.
Yeah,
breaks in the grass.
Gets in the grass and spins up into almost into the wall, but he got stuck way up there on that hill.
But an interesting thing that these drivers have to overcome next season is that weather is gonna come into play at every racing track. We don't know what the weather's going to be. Drivers might have to pit for a new set of tires, depending on how wet it is. So a lot of different strategies are going to come into play and make it a lot more difficult. These drivers are going to have to think on their toes at all times whether they should pit for intermediates, pit for wet tires, or if the weather's going to change. So it's going to be really, really interesting to manage tire temps and also wet surfaces and also drying surfaces. So it's going to be real complicated, real complex next season.
It's going to be a whole different dynamic, a whole different race, just different type of racing you're going to have to do. Since, the only weather race we've had in the past has been the Spa rain race. But Spa could be a regular sunny day, but showers could roll in on the middle of the race, and one half of the track could be wet and one half could be dry. You just never know what the weather's going to bring. Ooh, the bumper to the back of the 24. A little nudge.
Charlie Vine said he wants to lead some more laps. He's tired of running behind Rashad. I think Charlie Vine has picked up some pace.
Javen Tucker's still right there with him. Battling the hell out of each other back there for that fourth place spot, though, between the 42 and the 06.
Here they are. Oh, gets a little loose there off the exit of the corner.
Ooh, he's sideways! Oh, he hits Johnson! Johnson way up in the wall! I think that's going to bring the caution out.
Oh, Johnson going to have a headache after that one.
See what happened here. He got loose off the corner and got a little nudge there at the same time. Tried to correct it, make contact with Johnson, and
at least he saved it.
Johnson just floored it across the gas.
But guess who? We don't need anybody to cut the grass now because we got the Miles Johnson lawnmower now on track. As you see, look how good he cuts that grass with that front splitter. I think that's the perfect height if you ask me.
Tell you that Johnson kid's got some talent. He can run faster on the grass than on the racetrack.
Let's see if we can get that 06 Mustang into my front yard this afternoon.
Yeah, but I believe that's gonna bring us to caution. Let's see if they'll start. Yeah, we're doubling up here. Metz is still your leader. We're got about 10 minutes remaining, so only about 5 minutes till no more cautions. Now, how do you think these drivers are going to race differently as soon as they hear no more cautions?
Well, these drivers are going to either get really aggressive or try to be a little bit more cautious. Because they don't have any more mulligans. They don't have any mulligans. They can't make any more mistakes. You have to be absolutely perfect. So there's no telling what could happen this race.
Yeah, the racing this package produces. Trevor Levine has been fast all weekend, and here he is on the front row yet again. Warming up them tires, getting ready to go back to green. 24 laps down, a lot of laps put down so far.
All right, coming to the restart in the restart zone.
Back up through the gears they grow. Diving down into turn one.
Was that even English?
Met's still out to the lead. Trevor Levine, or not, Devin Tucker's close behind. Nose a tail throughout the field. Ooh, Metz gets a little nudge.
It's okay, Miles' first language is Spanish. So, speak a little Spanish for the audience there, Miles.
Metz is out front still. Javen Tucker close behind. Johnson's trying to work his way onto that podium.
Great battle so far in the race. About 9 minutes to go. 9 to 10 minutes to go in this race. So let's get down to crunch time. Javen Tucker's going to try to have take a crack at Rashad here. Because everybody knows that RCZ is very, very fast.
Ooh, Trevor Levine got really loose back there. He's able to save it and get. See how much rumble strip them drivers use off of that third turn.
Trying to carry as much speed as possible. Rashad's using a lot of the rumble strip to that chicane, to those S's. But a lot of drivers seem to not want to use it, or they don't want to touch it as much, which very warranted. Rashad's car is very planted, can handle those curbs quite well, and some other cars can't really handle running over the curbs as well.
Yeah, what you figured, the Corvette you see up front is a really good all-around car. It doesn't get upset as much as other cars do, but you see cars like the Peugeot that Steven Tucker drive, that it's a miniature car, but get very upset over curbs and stuff. So you may not see them use as much curbs sometimes, and then you see Trevor Levine back there in the Lexus is more of a heavier car, same as the Mustang. So your car most definitely affects how you're going to drive different racetracks and where and how you're going to find speed. Oh, and Tucker!
Oh, Trevor Levine
saves it. As the drivers go scattering to get around him.
This is not what he wants. This late in the race is not what he wants. We don't want these mistakes to happen. There's some tires
Oh, Metz slipped up big. He's into the grass. As we are 3 wide battling
him. Two drivers, 2 solo spins.
Let's see what happened. Oh, yeah, that's not.
3 wide. Fenway broke in the grass.
Yeah, that's not one. That's not anywhere you want to go 3 wide there. And
Johnson saw all he went for.
look on the inside of. Yeah, didn't end good for anyone, and Fenway unfortunately got into the grass, but.
Both drivers broke in the grass. Didn't touch much grass.
Looking back from Tucker's point of view on everything.
Just these 2 cars spin off into the grass.
I think that's going to bring out a caution, and that will most likely be our last caution. We got about 8 minutes left on the timer.
It's about to get real interesting. Like I said, that 5 to 7 minute window is about to arrive. About to go for the lead, go to the front of the pack. So let's see what happens.
Johnson's really good on those restarts. Look for him to give that 24 a good push. Been known to push drivers out front. And we're back to green flag racing here at Brands Hatch.
Rashad gets a good run into turn 1.
Ooh, a lot of contact behind. Ooh, we got Fenway going around. See what happened. Oh, got a little nudge from Levine.
Oh, Trevor got a nudge too.
He had a lot of contact there, and unfortunately.
Oh wow, Rashad just bulldozed and moved Rashad. Miles Johnson.
And the caution's going to come back out, but it looks as though Johnson took the lead. How did this happen? Oh, he gave Metz a nudge in order to get past. That couldn't have worked out better for Johnson, but couldn't have worked out worse for Metz.
Now suddenly is not where you want to be going in turn 1. You can lose a lot of time.
Johnson finds himself in an unexpected spot, sitting first, coming to the restart. He found himself in this situation at Miyabi. Let's see if he'll be able to do better this time. How will Metz be able to hang it out on the outside?
It's going to be real interesting if Rashad overcooks the corner. He has to be perfect here. If he overcooks the corner, then his hopes might be gone. Trevor Lamont might gain a lot of points this race. He has to be on point.
As we're back to green flag racing. Ooh, Metz gets
Trying
pushed
to
out
get
wide.
Trying to get down to cover it off. Trying to roll around the outside of Javen Tucker.
Oh, he's stuck on the
Trevor Lamont goes
outside.
wide too, so he kind of helps him out there. Trevor Lamont could have rolled around the inside and passed him. He just wants to finish ahead of Trevor Lamont in this race, but he has to pass both the fast car of Javen Tucker and Miles Johnson. Miles Johnson, he's been wanting to win a race on a road course, and he's in position to do that today. So he's going to make that Mustang as wide as he possibly can, as wide as his hero Ryan Newman's neck. He's been learning how to race from him.
Flawless in turn 1 as he overdrives it.
Goes wide. Rashad's going to try to go follow through with him.
Oh, Metz sends it into Tucker. Ooh, oh, and Tucker's going to go around. And it's after the caution mark. That's going to collect both Johnson.
Just try to outbrake Johnson. Or stay along the inside of Johnson.
Looking back from Javen Tucker.
Try to outbreak him. Both drivers went way harder than they would have liked.
Paganix and Nick Collier narrowly getting through there. As well as Trevor Levine.
Rashad was trying to fight for that position. It went in really, really narrow. Thought he could hook, make the corner, but he couldn't. Didn't have the grip for it.
Yeah, just some hard racing there. We knew Rashad was going to be aggressive there. Broke a little bit later than he wanted to. Unfortunately, ended up with some contact. But
Trevor Lamont takes the lead
Trevor Lamont's going to take the lead.
He's not want Trevor Lamont to finish in front of him. He's going to be battling hard in this last stint of the race.
Yeah, we got about 4 minutes remaining. It's about 5 or 6 laps, I do believe.
He's going to stick his nose in there to try to pass Trevor Levine there, but he decided against it. Wasn't a smart place to pass.
Oh, we got another.
He's trying to tuck in. Oh, he's trying to get a better run off the corner.
Oh, let's see if he can get to the bumper. Metz is not afraid to use it. He's a very good and a very aggressive driver. He knows when and where he can be aggressive without over pushing his own limits. As there he goes. They go both off the track. That opens it up for Paganex. Paganex is your leader. Tucker moves up to second. And Metz drops back to fourth and takes Trevor Levine with him.
Oh no, this is not. Rashad is getting desperate here, and you can see it by the way he's driving his car. And right now he's going to get extra desperate because Trevor Levine is in front of him, and there is not that many laps left in this race, not that much time left in this race. I think coming down to 3 minutes remaining in this race.
And fan of the GTO League and part-time driver and former Tour Series winner, actually, Jalen Connor has said that if Javen Tucker wins this race, he will get $1.
Oh, that's incredible. That's one heck of a prize, if I had to say so myself.
As Rashad sends Paganex off the track in the final turn.
Oh, he tried to get to the inside of Paganex, but Paganex tried to cover him off. Let's get a hood cam of that.
Unfortunate break.
Trying to get to his inside and couldn't quite get there.
And that's Paganex is go from second to sixth in one turn.
Rashad's getting desperate. He wants all the points that he can possibly get. He's making mistakes at the end of his race. I think the pressure's really starting to get to him. As Trevor Levine tries to go around the outside, he's going to want to defend against the attacks of Trevor Levine, but also try to gain time on the leader of Javen Tucker. He does not have much time left, coming down to 2 minutes remaining in this race.
Will Metz be able to get back up to the leader? Javen Tucker trying to protect his dollar to win this race.
Metz is really trying to push that car to his absolute limit as he's using every bit of the track.
Tucker's
trying to dime in the corner. Trying to come off the corner with a lot of speed. He's going to be able to gain the time. He's not going to get there in time. I think this space that they're getting, I think they're going to be able to reel in. Oh, some contact, battling for fourth place between Fenway Slugger and
battling hard back there.
Oh, they're going to be able to catch him in time. Rashad is reeling in the leader as of right now.
He's definitely pushing that number 24 car to the limits, getting all that he can get to try to get back up here to win this race.
In the draft, really trying to use every bit of that racetrack and every bit of the draft to gain as much time as he possibly can.
I do believe that this is going to be our last lap. Oh, Nick Collier's in the gravel back there.
We might have one more lap. We don't know.
Metz is there. He's within striking distance.
Gets a good run through there. Sends it in deep, trying to get there. Couldn't quite get there.
Oh, this is going to be the last lap. We're going to be coming to the white flag here.
Trevor Levine is still in striking distance. I think Trevor Levine's relying on Rashad to make a mistake, trying to win this race in order to gain position. Rashad is right there on his bumper, makes a mistake there on entry, covers Trevor Levine off.
All these three are battling so hard for lead. Don't count out Johnson in fourth. If something happens to these leaders, he could be able to slip by.
He is on the bumper of Javen Tucker right now.
This is final lap.
These three cars race right now. Just getting his last chance, his last opportunity to make the pass.
He gets the bumper! Side by side! Side by side! Coming to the line!
Javen Tucker still side by side, gets some contact to the line.
Tucker gets him! What a finish!
Slides him up out of the groove, trying to get every bit of racing space he can. Gets a nice run down the straightaway, makes a little bit of contact, and Javen still
Ooh,
just barely noses him out.
look at that finish. What a finish here at Brands Hatch.
Weren't these two drivers the same drivers that were involved in the closest GTO series finish at BB Raceway?
They were. They have done it again. They put on another excellent show. Javen Tucker wins his second career Touring Series race and wins his first career road course race in an excellent finish. What a race.
An amazing race with an amazing finish.
We could watch this one all night. But
Rashad was cutting through that dirty air like butter.
what a great race here tonight. And Brands Hatch has definitely put on a great show for everyone. But this is the last race. The next race up is the championship. So it's, of course, we do have the All-Star race coming up in the upcoming weekend, right before the championship race. Our last of our 3 exhibition races. And you know, drivers will be pushing hard for that one. It's $50 to win that race, a $50 PlayStation gift card if you win that. You know, if in order to be locked into that race, you either have to be a previous winner in the Touring Series or a previous champion in any series. So a lot of these drivers up front, we know Javen Tucker's locked in, Rashad Metz is locked in, Trevor Levine's locked in, Miles Johnson's locked in, but you see people like Nick Collier and Paganex, they're going to have to race their way in. We're going to have an open race where the top 3 out of the All-Star Open will advance into the final. So that's going to be a fun one to watch. It's going to be a great race, going to put on a great show. And Rashad Metz has gained a points lead. He has about a 20-point gap now to Trevor Levine. So Trevor Levine will need to finish 4 or more spots ahead of Metz at the championship in order to win the championship. But what a race from here tonight. And thank you for watching with it there, Rashad. That was a great race.
Amazing race.
Anyways, thank you for watching yet again, and we hope you all have an excellent night. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you next time for the All-Star Race. This has been the Gran Turismo Online League.